It's now a matter of hours before the conclusion of the much celebrated Paris 2024 Olympic Games. Here's an event that attracted billions of television viewers worldwide, 350,000 hours of television broadcast, 35 venues, 10,500 athletes, over 20,000 accredited journalists to relay to you what symbolizes unity and tangible excitement of the human spirit. And you can see that proper planning played a big role in the success of this event. So in this video, I'm going to share major leadership takeaways that you can use in various contexts and fields to cement your leadership journey and make it fruitful. Hi. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Nancy, and this is the place where I discuss topics on matters leadership, professional growth, and career advancement. So if this is your very first time stopping by, kindly consider subscribing and pressing the bell, and you will be notified whenever a new video comes up. There is so much to learn for those in leadership and management roles in terms of acquiring and sharing knowledge, the best practices and strategies to adopt, that if personalized can help you create more leaders, effortlessly mentor your team members as you build that environment of mutual trust. So let's dive in right away. At number 1, diversity, wealth, and inclusion. Success in leadership has its roots in real human connections. That element that helps you connect with your team members, not as titles, but as human beings. Do you intrinsically understand your team members' skill set? In leadership, you worry that your subordinates, they can get too familiar too quickly, too soon, overlook professional boundaries, and you might just find yourself raising invisible walls to protect yourself. But are you respecting the limits to not get too familiar with them, that you cross the boundary lines of communication and respect the one thing that you are afraid of? Effective leadership embraces diversity, promoting a safe mental environment where different perspectives are valued. So looking at the ongoing games in Paris, the one constant that has stood out among the winning teams was their chemistry in and out of the stage. That chemistry and sense of unity that transcended the stage. They draw strength from their diverse personalities, the different perspectives, the multiple origins, the different experiences. They have intrinsically understood that they are stronger together when everyone takes ownership in team participation. And you'll notice that magic happens when your team members feel valued. At number 2, collaboration, teamwork, and support. So you'll notice that there are 5 rings on the Olympics flag that are interconnected, symbolizing how the games bring nations from the 5 inhabited continents together to compete. And for this to happen, collaboration is required across the various sectors, from governments to businesses to volunteers to athletes, name it. This calls for internalized communication and people skills specifically for collective effort that leads to better outcomes compared to literally working in isolation. So for collaboration to happen, a foundation of trust has to be established with empowered teamwork from, forming that strong support system. When interviewed, almost all the winning athletes, almost all of them accredited their resilience to a strong support system, be it from family members who flew all the way to just come and watch them shine on stage, to that coach who could not let them give up on themselves when things became difficult, or the crowds that were chanting their names in addition to raising their country flags. A strong support system can make or break your career. So as a leader, you want to ask yourself, how often do you key into your team members' strengths and encourage them to exploit their strengths? Do you lift them up? Do you clap for them? Do you show support, especially when it is well deserved? Sometimes it just takes that one word, "You've got this," to change someone's career trajectory for the best. So how often do you encourage your team members? How often do you encourage them to celebrate themselves before being celebrated by others? There's that fine line between confidence and arrogance, The one exuded by repeat and seasoned winners in this competition was confidence grounded in humility. At number 3, inspiring others and leading by example. So according to the mission statement of the of this ongoing games, which is, we believe that sport can change lives, that playing sport leads to healthier, fulfilling lives, encouraging values that make societies, more inclusive. As a leader, what if you personalize a mission statement like this from a leadership standpoint by saying, I believe that my leadership style is going to change lives. I'm going to inspire positive growth, one colleague at a time, one team member at a time. Events of this magnitude that bring people together are a source of inspiration, showcasing the pinnacle of human achievement. So you can inspire your team members by setting an example through your actions and commitment. And there's this particular athlete who stood out to me, and he won people's hearts through his work ethic, determination, humility, literally embodying the Olympics motto, which is faster, higher, stronger. He not only inspired crowds while inside the water, but he held a stellar attitude while addressing the public. And there was one particular scenario that stood out to me. Here was a little girl who wanted to take a selfie with him, but the media also wanted a selfie, wanted to take a photo at the very same time. So in the process, the girl disappeared into the crowd without getting that selfie with the star. And the fact that he took to social media to apologize to and locate the girl so she could have her selfie is a testament to the kind of person that he is, with or without the title. And for people in leadership and authority, this is a learning point. Do your actions inspire positives in your team members, or are you the kind of leader who provokes anxiety and stress anywhere you walk, anywhere you show up so effortlessly? This is a good time to consider leading by example in your daily actions and inspiring others by demonstrating passion, dedication, and that commitment to excellence. At number 4, power of accountability and integrity. So besides aiming for gold, which is a practice of excellence and encouraging people to be the best that they can be, this particular event values a demonstration of respect towards yourself, the rules, the opponents, the public, the environment. There are strict rules and a code of ethics laid out which help minimize blame games and excuses. So as a leader, how often do you hold yourself accountable for your actions and those of your team members? You want to train yourself to hold high standards of integrity and transparency such that your team members easily embrace a culture of accountability where mistakes are acknowledged and addressed constructively. Just think of that boss who is never at fault. Does that thought leave you with a weird aftertaste? He never makes mistakes. Winning teams have shared and cemented trust with their leaders, and this comes from somewhere. At number 5, key to legacy and long-term impact. So we have this African proverb that says, the eye cannot forget what the heart has seen. The eyes will remember the feelings behind specific actions, hence the need for symbolic actions and signals. You probably picked out this particular gymnast whose track record of excellence has spoken for her over time. She was expected and is always expected to win gold medals whenever she takes to the stage. And even this time around, she did not disappoint. But the grace with which she took to that rare bronze medal honored and applauded an opponent, and her all the more respect for celebrating talent, hard work, elegantly adjusting a competitor's crown. And in her interview, it felt effortless to celebrate others because she wanted to leave an imprint in the minds of little girls to never be afraid of aiming for the stars, because there is room for everybody to excel. Did you know that how you lead today is how you will be remembered tomorrow? Have you taken the time to mentor others through your gift? Or are you too afraid of sharing your knowledge because you feel like someone might just rise and supersede you? That could be your ego robbing you of one awesome legacy. So try to focus on creating a lasting positive impact on your team members. The rewards are going to surprise you. They are going to surprise you in a beautiful way. At number 6, resilience and perseverance. So the path to excellence is not a straight one, but consistency and hard work is going to get you there. The winning athletes, when asked what they attributed their success to, one thing was constant. They gave their all in terms of preparation. They started prepping for this event years early, just for this season. They put in the hours, be it in the gym, be it in the water. They committed to the process. If it meant getting up at 4 or 5 in the morning, eating right, getting their mindset in order, getting their mindset right, until they became one with their craft, where winning to them was it almost looked effortless. Yes, they might have had moments whether they could have given up, talk of the emotional strains, the emotional burdens, for example, but instead they worked through the pain to the other side, where we are now celebrating them. Then couple this with the fact that the journey to such international events is reserved with challenges that cannot be totally planned for. Challenges allied to weather changes, heavy rains pouring right in the middle of the games, or unexpected body strains, muscle pulls, name it. Pushing through these unforeseen circumstances is the game changer for most of these athletes. So as a leader, do you exhibit resilience and the ability to persevere through difficulties? To excel in your field, you need to understand your role requirements. You need to understand your environment. You need to understand your team requirements inside and out, and then step over and above in terms of execution. And this calls for commitment to preparation behind the scenes. Cultivate a mindset of resilience. When faced with setbacks, stay focused on the end goal and inspire your team members to push through. Last but not least, global mindset and adaptability. So if you look at the 3 symbols that inspired this year's event's emblem, that is the Marianne, which is the French Republic symbolic representation embodying liberty, equality, fraternity, then the Olympic flame and the gold medal. All this reflect the people-focused fraternal games France was honored to host. And this means a deep, respectful understanding of different cultures and international relations, which was crucial for the success of the entire event. Every country's contribution was weighed on the same scale with no bias. So as a leader, how often do you overlook your team members' contributions based on physical attributes beyond their control? Deep down, you know that someone is best placed to carry out a specific task and they will excel at it, but you will deny them their due credit, because they do not look the part according to you. Leadership in a globalized world requires a broad, inclusive perspective. So adaptability begins in the mind, and once open, you can actually look at your team members as the assets that they actually are to your organization. Would you embrace new ideas, new technologies, new strategies, even if they came from the least likely contributors? You want to be open to learning from different cultures and perspectives. Consider the global implications of your decisions. You're going to notice that, having looked at the above, while vision and proper planning are extremely important, taking into account the participants, refining the people skills was actually the deal breaker this year in staying authentic all the way to the finish line. Where does your authenticity come from? I hope you picked a nugget or two from these takeaways, and if you did, please leave me a word in the comments section, just the one thing that stood out to you the most. Then see you on the next one. Bye.